Hello and welcome to the Sports Simulation Spectator. I'm your host, Michael Green, and this is week 5 of the 2023 Pro National Golf Tour, played with Plaay Games History Maker Golf. I've got the box here somewhere. I'll show the book. It's probably going to get green screened out. It is! Oh no! You can see the little box over there in that corner, and the Play Classic logo down in that corner. There we go. If you've been following along with us, this is week 5 of my own creation of a season using the Pro National Golf Tour set from the 2023 season. These are all fictional golfers, but if you're along for the ride, you can enjoy the ride. It's a good time. Let's take a minute. This is going to be the making the cut round. This is the first 3 rounds of the tournament to decide who's going to find out who's playing over there on that last day. Let's see. Like I said, this is going to be the Liberty Open. If you've watched any of my previous videos, just know that I've got 3 different tiers of golf tournament. This is a lower tier tournament in hopes to get some lower end talent the opportunity to compete. But that doesn't mean that higher end talent won't still accept invitations. Let's take a minute to pop over here to our standings. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. This is where I want to be. Trent McAdams in 3 of the 4 tournaments that he has played in. He has crushed it. He's got 2 wins and finds himself solidly in first place. Su Cheng Tien, Yoon Lee Song, Isaac White, and Tom Stevens round out the top 5. Followed behind them are Logan Campbell, Shinji Kanishi, Martin Van Geek, Dokutai Takagaki, and Flynn Glenn. I do want to note there are 130 golfers that have decided to accept the invitation for this tournament. 3 of the top golfers did not decide to stick around. So let's pop over here to the tabletop. Elaine Zelderloo, who has not done much here in this tournament in this season as of much late, but Su Cheng Tien and Shinji Kanichi, both top 10 golfers, did not accept this invite. I also believe the Martin Van Geek did not accept the invite, but we'll find out here in a moment. I apologize for the squeaky square. Squeaky chair. Sorry. All right, so typically what I end up doing is if there's more than 100 golfers that accept the invite, I split them into top and bottom groups. This is going to be our AM group. This is going to be our PM group. We're going to just hide them up here at the moment. And you get to sit and watch me sort them into groups. I actually like to make sure that they are even numbers of golfers in the groups. It just makes it feel better for me. It's been a week or so, no, probably more than a couple weeks since I got to play another game here. The total purse for this tournament is $6.5 million, I believe. So it's definitely on the lower end of tournaments. Might even be, you know what? I have to look. It might even be the lowest paid tournament. Let's see. Yeah, the Liberty Open pays only $6,500. Or I'm sorry, 6.5 million. There are week 13, the Lone Star Open is another 6.5 million. I guess the Oceanic Open back at week 2 only paid 5 million. And the Bayou Classic in week 24 is going to be a inexpensive tournament. So we're actually knocking 2 of our 5 low tier tournaments out here in the first 5 weeks. We won't see another one of those till week 13. There's one at week 16, which is the Sunflower Invitational. And then week 24 is the Bayou Classic. I think I said it before, but this is going to be at Westchester Country Club in Rye, New York. I've never run that course before, so we'll see how it goes. We've also got a handful of golfers that do already have notes and chips and all those fun, I forget what they call them, like the traits that they've earned. But some of those guys are going to be coming off because you're supposed to only have 6 of them in any given week. So, just about finished sorting this here in half. That's what we got. Like I said, there's supposed to be 130 golfers here in this group, and we're going to roll 2 dice to go against our chart to determine who comes out of each group. We're going to go group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here we go. We've got a Snake Eyes. Woohoo! That's a way to start. I've got a Roku problem that I'm trying to tech as well. If this were a live video, people would be a little bit more accepting of that stuff. But here we go. We got the top golfer only. I don't even know how this has been randomized. The way that I end up pulling the golfers, I will put a link down in the comments, or not comments, but description below to have you know how I determine which golfers accept the invitation to the tournament. But it should be pretty randomized here from group to group. The top golfer making the cut, the only golfer coming in, is Bob Demmelmeyer. A 3A. Let's see who's not coming along. Anybody of importance? Who did not make this cut? Evan Aldrich, a 2A. Kind of really the only guy that's of consequence. Sorry, folks. You didn't make the cut. Group 2. Another Snake Eyes. What is happening here? Oh. Jurgen Biermann, 4A. And who does not make this cut? 2B, Dalmazio Zizi. Rance Aberley, a 1C, doesn't make the cut. And Aaron Backus, a 3B. What is happening? Next group, 35. Draw 2 golfers. And then the top 3 remaining golfers. So coming along for the ride is Augie Cameraman, a 5B, and Clive Kenny, a 5B. And then our top 3 remaining golfers. Ooh, what is this group? Whoa! We've got Dustin Emmerich, a 1B, Greer Copeland III, a 1C. And then our top golfer left here is Jimmy Kimes, a 4A. Everybody else goes home. 34 this time. Draw 1 outstanding golfer, and then the top 3 remaining golfers stick. So we're going to have 1 outstanding golfer. That's Gary Zikowski. He's outstanding. We're going to chill him over there. And our top 3 remaining golfers are Yoon-Lee Song, that top 10 golfer, Yoon-Lee Song. Nico Harms. And looks like Dory Sakong gets to come, and nobody else really of consequence gets to play, but they're going to be around for day 3. All right, let's roll for that next group. It is a 25. 25 is draw 3 golfers, and then the top 2 remain. Smokey Novak, personal favorite, Smokey Novak. Celestino Garcia. 25? Yeah, 3 golfers. And Patrick Eaton all come along. And our top 2 remaining. Top 2 remaining are Nick Yarlett, 3B, and Ozzy Valenti, 4B. Next, 22, top 2 golfers only. Who are top 2 golfers? Justin Wallace, a 2A. And My Young Cho, a 2C, are our top 2 golfers. James Alfline, a 3B, goes home. Everybody else below that is 4. All right, next group, 34. Draw 1 outstanding golfer and choose the top 3 remaining golfers. 1 outstanding is William Gould, a 5A. Oh my goodness, this Roku. And then our 3 top remaining golfers. Ooh, we got a... All right, so Lane Hawley, a 3C. And then 2 5B. Wait, let's make sure that's right. A 4A, Fabio Antonucci, hiding in there. And then we're going to have 2 5Bs come along, because in this round, ties come. So, Ryunosuke, I don't think I've ever said this name before. Tsukishima. Ryunosuke Tsukishima. And Stu Barton. I will get it if it ends up being important. And our last, but not least, a 35 again. Draw 2, and then the top remaining. Dallas Downs is 1 of 2. Kenneth Dahlberg is 2 of 2. And our top 3 remaining. We've got Lonzo DeLucci, a 3A. Kevin Percival, a 3C. And it looks like 4B, Newt Washburn. Parker Melton, Bob Kleckner, and Jonathan Thomason go home. That's the end of our morning group. Got 2 outstanding golfers there. If you haven't figured it out yet, I do love an underdog story. So when a golfer gets in here and has the opportunity to compete against one of the big dogs, especially against all odds, I love it. I'm probably putting too many cards in some of these decks because I really focus. Still trying to fix this Roku problem. Not that Rokus are a problem. I love Rokus. Not an ad. All right. That's somehow we ended up with a different number in this stack. That's okay. It's my afternoon group. Here we go. We got a 34. Draw 1 outstanding golfer and then choose the top 3 remaining. 1 outstanding. My favorite, Dokutai Takagaki. Love that guy. That's our outstanding golfer on this 34. Then we got 3 top remaining golfers. 3 top remaining. So we got Goro Morisaki, who's a 2B. We got 2 4As. I guess that is the other guys that are coming. Heikki Harjula and Lautaro Vero are 4As. One of my favorites, Songram Sangsorn, does not get to come along. Neither does Breeze Kagadan. Second group is a 15. Draw 4 golfers and the top remaining golfer. John Reasoner is 1. Gail Honorado, a 1B, is 2. Hao Ning, a 5C, is 3. And Franz Hackel, 3B, is 4. And our top remaining golfer, none other than Trent McAdams. He's our 1 top remaining golfer in that group. And he's going to rear his ugly head. Sorry, Jay Laufenberg, a 3A, you don't get to come. Because Trent McAdams had to take a spot again. We're looking at a 26, draw 4, and top 2 remaining. 1, John Westinghouse, 2A. 2, Tom Stevens, 5A. 3, Tom Stevens! You should go back. If you're interested in watching anything, go watch the Desert Classic. It's awesome. You should go watch the Desert Classic. Number 3 was Nathaniel Oliver. Number 4 is Jake Chambers. And we're looking at our top 2 remaining golfers. Marshall Weber, 3B. And then we got ties of Max Winter and Gooch Wilborg coming along. Please hold. The Roku all figured out. Hopefully that was under 30 seconds. We got our next group here. Here we go. Bam! It's a 55. Top 5 golfers. Top 5 golfers. So that's going to be Isaac White, a 2C. Abel Murillo, a 3C. Yanni Nijima, 4A. Ooh, Brian Bauer, a 4C. And then we're going to bring along 2 5Bs. Rasmus Scarup and Luai Safar do not come, but Nino Puncher, Puchner, and Duke Vernon are going to be golfing with us. 23. Draw 1 and then top 2 remaining. Woo! 1. Gary Patel. He's our draw 1 and then our top 2 remaining. What do we got? Chico Fonseca, a 1C. We got a tie for next. It's 2 3Cs. So Heath Summers and Benicio Vasquez get to play. Making that cut. 25. Draw 3 and then top 2 remaining. 1. Flynn Glenn. He's a top 10er. 2. Philip Owen, a 6C. 6C. And Kang Wong. Kang Wong. This is a 25. 3 and then top 2 remaining. We got Carlos Quesada and another tie between 2 4As. Just making sure I don't have a duplicate here. Elliot Strong and Andy Jansen are going to play. Boom. No outstanding golfers this second half, I don't think. That's a 66. As I say it, no outstanding golfers. We get 1 outstanding golfer out of this group. And it is Taeyong Kyon, a 3C, who's not getting to play. Kenji Morita, 3B. Derek Young, Sonny Wright, a bunch of 3s. And our last group before we head to day 3, that's a 55 top 5 golfers. Top 5. That's making up for all the guys that we didn't have in the first 2. So we got Burke Yielding as a 2C. Braden LaSalle as a 3C. And then we got 3 4Cs coming along. Rongsun Damrangsak, Bima Panda, and Patrick Kieran are all gonna golf. So all of these golfers made the cut. For anybody that has never seen how this works, all these golfers made the cut. And now we're going to figure out how their third round went. Essentially, we've got this grading scale here at the top. The outstanding golfers are going to make my 8th stack like we had before. This also should be relatively random, but I'm going to split these guys up a little bit. And as these golfers come out, they're going to end up getting grades. The grade is going to determine how well they performed in those 3 rounds, and then where they're going to kind of finish on that 4th day. What ends up happening is anybody that finishes with an A+, end up, or A-, end up playing through on the final day. B+ and B golfers are going to be kind of within contention. So they can kind of come in and make some surges there towards the end of the game. The B- and down, we're going to know exactly by the time I'm finished using the software that I'm using. That'll tell us what their final score was on this course. I'm not quite sure yet what a good winning score is for Westchester, but we'll put something together and make it look all pretty. Let's get this into these groups. Like I said, this time around, we're just making stacks, or 7 stacks. And my outstanding golfers are going to make up that final stack. Which is always fun. Almost. There we go. And here's our final stack. So, here we go. We got our grade cards here. We've also got our golfer injury chart that I've got printed out and that I use just in case somebody gets hurt. And then once we figure this out, we're going to be putting rolls in play, or we're going to end up doing the rolling for, what do they call it? Golfer issues and perks, to see what ended up happening with some of these golfers here in this round here, or this tournament. So, group 1. It's a 16. The draw golfer contends with a perk and an A-. Top golfer contends with an A, and everyone else finishes D+. So our draw golfer, Gail Honorado, gets himself an A- and a perk. So I'm going to have to write that down. Our top golfer contends with an A. Top golfer in this group is Goro Morisaki. He's going to contend with an A, and everyone else in here with a D+. So we're looking at Flynn Glenn, Smokey Novak, Lane Hawley, Abel Murillo. Some of these guys, I mean, Smokey Novak's probably not going to stick there in those groups, but there's a bunch of 3s in here that could win something sometime. These guys didn't make the cut. Let's find out what that perk is, and let's get something to write the perk down on, because I always forget. So we got our little chip there. Oh, he might not get the chip, but he gets the perk, because I keep forgetting here. So we're going to roll. So we're going to use gray as my black die, and we're going to use the white number as the number inside that group. We've got a 4. That's a clubhouse 6. If bird on the first hole, mood turns sunny. Otherwise, stormy the rest of the round. So we're going to have to make sure we keep an eye on that. This is Honorado. If bird on one, sunny. Otherwise, stormy. All right, so we'll figure out who's pissed off. See how well he does. Next, we've got ourselves a 16. Isn't that what we just had? It is. We got another one. Draw golfer gets an A-. Hao Ning, a 5C, gets himself an A-. And a perk. Top golfer gets an A, and everyone else is D+. Ooh, that hurts. Dustin Emmerich as a 1B is going to get an A spot out of this. Celestino Garcia, or let's see, Brandon LaSalle, a 3C. Celestino Garcia, a 2B. Chico Fonseca, a 1C. What a rough round for some of these big hammers. All getting D+. And we're going to roll for Hao Ning's perk. It is a 3 media and a 2. He is stormy. The media made him upset. Media criticism. This is Hao Ning. And he is stormy. All right. Great. Next. 13. 13. The draw golfer contends with an A+ and a perk. Top golfer gets an A- and everyone else is C+. So our draw golfer gets an A+. It is Franz Hackel. Gets an A+++, and a perk. And then top golfer gets an A-. Who do we got? A- goes to Greer Copeland, a 1C. What is up? This is supposed to be a low-tier tournament. Why are all of these big boys here? And then everybody else goes to a C+. Burke Yielding, a 2C. That's really all that matters there, but that's a 2C. Franz Hackel, A+. And we're going to find out, Mr. Franz, what your perk is. What did you do to get there? It is a 6 and a 1. He gains Sunny. It's just an internal intangible. Sunny for Hackel. That is going to be an awesome perk as he's moving through this tournament. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right. I can't get my unlock to unlock. There we go. Group 4. That is a 56. 56. Draw golfer contends with an A-. And everyone else finishes with a D. Woo! Draw golfer gets an A-. And it... What is happening? Cheese and rice. Everybody else here. It could have been any. It could have been any of these guys in here. Could have been any of them. Could have been Beema Panda. But no. Trent McAdams and his big old King Woods is going to be at a A-. Beema Panda and team falls to D. Oh, man. Not that I've got anything wrong with Trent McAdams. It's just... he's showing up and taking all the money from the less good golfers. All right, we got a 45. Draw golfer contends with a perk and an A-. Let's start with that. Perk and an A- goes to John Westinghouse. Let's find out what his perk is. Nope, we're going to finish. We're going to finish this up. That's what I need to do because I don't want to forget what I've got here. 45. Top contends with an A, and then everyone else is a D+. Our top golfer in this group is Yunli Song, a 2B. And everyone else, I keep forgetting my number, goes to a D+. Lots of D+. Is this golf course bad or hard or what is happening here? We got to get John Westinghouse a perk. So there's his roll. It's a 3 and a 2. Guess what? The media was mean to him too. And John Westinghouse is also stormy. Thankfully, so far, none of these have lasted beyond this round. It's going to be a one-time grumpy. All right. Group 6. It's a 24. Top golfer contends with an A. Others finish with a C+. Oh, and he gets a perk. Top golfer. Top golfer in this group is Mr. Justin Wallace, a 2A on this 24. So he's going to get a perk. Everybody else finishes with a C+, including Tom Stevens. C+. Perk roll for Justin Wallace. It is a 3 and a 5. If par or better on the first hole, sunny, otherwise stormy. Got a lot of grumpy people this time, potentially. Wallace, if par, sunny, otherwise stormy. Last two groups. We got, boom! It is a 34. Top golfer contends with an A-. Okay. All right. 34. Top golfer contends with an A-. Top golfer is these two guys. We're going to have to figure out how that works again because I don't remember. Low golfer finishes with a D-. D-. Augie Cameraman. That was a terrible round. And then everybody else on a 34 finishes with a B+. So Dory Sakong, Bob Demelmeyer, Carlos Casada, Newt Washburn, and Nick Yarlett are going to be B+. Could come into contention, not likely. So, as usual, King Friday, I have to look up something because that's just what we've gotten used to doing here. When tournament mode on the third day, on the third day. If there's a tie for the top golfer, it's a top golfer in this group, 34. Yeah, top golfer, these these guys here. Each golfer rolls a decide or die. If it's bullet, they contend with the placement. Blank, they get a B+. All right, so first we're going to go for Isaac White since he's on the left. He does not contend. That's a B+. Cho does contend. So he gets his placement at 34. That's an A- from my young Cho. Got a lot of contenders up here. Last group, last but not least group. These are our outstanding golfers. It's a 36. Top golfer contends with an A minus. Low with a D minus. Others finish with a C plus or C minus. Let's give this a nice shuffle here. I have no idea who's where. Our top golfer contends with an A minus. Top golfer is? Oh no, it wants top golfer. It doesn't matter if I shuffle it. Top golfer, and here is an A minus. That is Gary Dizkowski gets an A minus. Low golfer William Gould has a terrible third round, and that puts him down at D minus with Augie Cameraman, even after he was outstanding the first 2 days to make the cut. These other two, Dokutai Takagaki and Taeyoung Kyan, finish at a C minus. So there we go. We're going to end up seeing, 12 golfers? I think it's 12 golfers. Do I have 12 for that fourth day? Yeah. I think it's 12. Man, yes, 12. So we got Franz Hackl at an A+. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We actually have 12 golfers exactly here in A placements. So some of these B+ guys, they're just going to end up being our fill-ins. Maybe they'll make a surge towards the end, halfway through the fourth round. But we got Franz Hackl, Goro Morisaki, Dustin Emmerich, Yoon Lee Song, Justin Wallace, Gail Honorado, Hao Ning, Greer Copeland III, Trent McAdams, John Westinghouse, Mayung Cho, and Gary Dizkowski are going to be our golfers that we're watching here on the chart. Let's hop back over here to the standings. Who here is towards the top? We got Trent McAdams in first. Yoon Lee Song in third. Isaac White is not here. Logan Campbell is not here. Takagaki Flynn Glenn. Goro Morisaki sitting in 13th place. Dustin Emmerich sitting in 14th place. Yeah, we got some room here for some movement, even if this is a smaller, less attended tournament. No Tien. No Kanishi, who's been there for a lot of the games. No Takagaki's here, but he didn't make the cut. Yeah, this is gonna shape up to be an interesting round, I do believe. So let's pop back over here to this main page. Thanks for showing up. Oh, I need to put my camera back on. There we go. There I am, down here. Thanks for showing up for the making the cut phase of this tournament. I'm going to get everything all set up and we're going to run the Liberty Open. Please come back and check it out here on Sports Simulation Spectator. I've been your host, Michael Green. This has been History Maker Golf by Plaay Games. Check out the link in the comments, not comments, the section below, the description below, and feel free to check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you're cheering for. Go back and watch the first 5 weeks. It's a grand old time, first 4 weeks. Grand old time. Put it all in the playlist. I'm also playing Fast Drive Football with an XFL replay, as well as Hardball 99 over on another channel. It's been a little while since I've done stuff, and I'm still not great at it. Come back. Enjoy yourself. Let me know. Subscribe, like, all those things. Thanks so much. Have a good one. See y'all.